This movie's gonna show you how it's done, done, done. Welcome, scribes of the extraordinary. And today we're going beyond entertainment and we're diving deeper into the craft of storytelling by talking about a movie that's kind of taking the internet by storm right now. And it is called Kpop Demon Hunters. I hope you realize that when you clicked on this video. But if you haven't seen this movie yet, do not worry. The first section of this video will be a spoiler-free review, but after that we're going full steam ahead into spoiler territory because how else can we talk about characters and plots and subtext and theme? So the reason why I initially watched this movie is I saw it pop up now on Netflix. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this movie. It is K-pop, but they're also demon hunters. That's kind of weird, but a really cool premise. Oh, the same studio, Sony Animations, that did Into the Spider-Verse. I am willing to give this a chance. Into the Spider-Verse is an excellent film, won an Academy Award, as it should have. It broke the mold of what animation, the kind of the rut that animation has been in for the last several years, if not decade plus. So not only did I know that, okay, this animation is going to be incredible, but I know that with the two Spider-Verse movies, the writing and the characters are really, really good. And they take a lot of care in crafting their worlds, crafting their characters, and telling a story that goes beyond surface level. So, does Kpop Demon Hunters do that? Absolutely. Oh my goodness, it does. Just the music alone is dripping with subtext. Putting aside the fact that it is just an excellent piece of film, the music is incredible. They brought like top tier producers. I was looking at the producers that they brought in to write the music, and one of the producers has worked with BTS and a bunch of other K-pop groups and also a bunch of other American artists. And it's like, okay, they brought people who know how to write very good, very catchy, just excellent music. Cool. Music, check. Animation, well, it's Sony Animation Studio that did Into the Spider-Verse, so enough said, animation, check. The story. I'm going to get into that more later because this is still spoiler-free territory. The reason why I initially gave this the time of day at all is because I saw a little snippet on Netflix, a little teaser, and I'm like, okay, these three girls are watching a boy band busking. Great. So we have a little bit of like Battle of the Bands dynamic. And then the boy band ends up being demons. And I just saw that and went, I have to show my husband. So I showed it to him, and we were going to go visit family that weekend. So my husband and I and my two cousins, we ended up watching the movie together. And within the first 5 minutes, we were hooked. It was good. It was fun. And then in the first 5 minutes, they did kind of like what they did with Indiana Jones and a lot of other popular films is that they showcase in a nutshell what the whole story is about in the first 5 to 10 minutes to really get the audience hooked. It's like, okay, this is who they are. This is what they do. This is the kind of adventure you can expect to see. And they do that really well in the first 5 minutes. But right at the end, they drop this little nugget of, hey, this gets deeper. By the way, this isn't just surface level cotton candy fun movie. We're going to actually talk about some deep topics. So if you have not seen this movie, pause this video, go watch the movie. You'll thank me later. It is just a fun time. If you're a fan of good animation, if you're a fan of just good storytelling and good writing, if you're a fan of K-pop or K-dramas, I convinced my mom to watch this movie with me. She loves K-dramas and she really enjoyed it. Like, this is awesome. So it's a movie that, because it has such a deep, beautiful message, it connects beyond the target audience of K-pop fans, which it does excellently, by the way. Very, very well. It knows what audience it's targeting, and it's really a fun time. So now that we have the gush session out of the way of not talking about any of the stories or the characters, let's get into the meat of it. Again, entering spoiler territory, you have been warned, but I assume if you are still here or if you've come back, you've seen the movie and we're all good. So in this video, we're going to talk about the characters, because the characters are fantastic. The characters are so, so good. And I really like how they introduce these, the three main girls. They introduce them in a way that's very clever with how you write world building and explain it to your audience. Quick tip about world building. When you've put in a lot of work into your world, but you need your audience to understand certain key elements or certain characters, you want to understand who they are, you need to introduce the information naturally. And that's something that this movie does very well, is it has fans talking about their favorite girl of the group. They talk about Mira, they talk about Zoey, then they talk about Rumi. Zoey, Mira, they talk about all three girls in whatever order, but you had the fans gushing to the camera about, oh my goodness, I love her because she is an incredible rapper and she comes from America and she's the lyricist of the group. And like, they are gushing about their character while still delivering really important information to the audience. So just a little tidbit for when you're writing. Introduce information naturally and in a way that's really fun and engaging for your audience. Don't just info dump. Because if they had someone stand there and go, or like a overhead or like narrator say like, oh yes, Rumi is this amazing singer and her mother was a part of this very popular group and she was taken in by another lady of the very popular group. That's really boring. So introducing it with the excitement of the fans in universe in a way that is very believable, that people would showcase information or share their excitement to be at a concert, is very clever. So something really cool about this movie is, there's many cool things about this movie, but there's only really two people that have full character arcs in this movie. Mira and Zoey are wonderful characters. They don't grow very much in this film. And I think that is brilliant and that is intentional. I am not saying they are bad characters because they don't have a character arc. That is not what I'm saying at all. It is obvious Mira and Zoey have both had character arcs or are even in the middle of still growing themselves. But at the beginning of the movie, Mira is this really strong, epic, edgy girl, and she knows it and she flaunts it and she loves it. She's accepted that part of who she is that is very abrasive to other people that people don't really like. Zoey, on the other hand, is very bubbly. She's very creative. She has all of these different thoughts and all of these different lyrics running around in her head. And she, wants to please people, but she feels like she doesn't quite do enough. But ultimately, she has found her place as well inside of Huntrix. So they're pretty solid in who they are already, which is great and which is important for Rumi, who is going to be our leading lady and our protagonist. We're going to be following her for pretty much the entire movie. Her arc is not about accepting who she is. The whole story actually isn't just about accepting who you are. It's the song Golden is all about, this is who I am. We're going to shine who we are to the world, and I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be. They're not afraid to be who they are in public or in private. Most movies end here. Most movies end at this point. But this is really the beginning of Rumi's journey and her character arc. Is even though she's confident in who she is, she's still hiding the patterning, the demonic patterning on her body. She's trying to conceal it because they are demon hunters. If she shares with her friends that she's part demon, well, now she's becoming prey to her friend, and that's a very sticky situation. The other character with a significant arc is Jinu, who is going to be he's a demon, and he is the leader of the boy band, the Saja Boys, which he's the only one with a name. So I theorize that he's the only one who was human at one point. And I think that's kind of important to the story because all the other demons that Rumi's like trying to interact with, like, hey, is Grima making you do this? Are you a captive of his? They don't care. They're just trying to fight her, but he has some semblance of humanity left in him. So I don't know if this is a case of he was a person that turned into a demon, or I don't know. That's a part of the lore that I'm not really going to get into. But it's important to know that he was a human initially. And because of that, he has, he's human. He goes through growth. He goes through tragedy. Jinu cannot grow without Rumi. And Rumi cannot grow without Jinu. And it is a bit of a romance, but that's not the point of their story. The point of their story is that, sometimes the only way to facilitate growth is to grow alongside someone else. Jinu saw Rumi's patterns in the middle of a fight because he tore off a part of her sleeve, and then he ends up covering it up so that when she goes back to her friends, her secret is still safe. Then he meets with her with the best delivery method ever. The tiger and the bird. I have seen around the internet, people have given them different names. I love these two critters. They have no right to be this fun. But they end up meeting, and he's trying to figure out why she's demon, why she's part demon, and trying to convince her to join them, see if she actually does hear all of the negative voices in her head from Grima, like he does. Yep, that was correct. So he's trying to figure out what's going on with her. She's trying to figure out, why did a demon help me? Why is one trying to meet with me? Why is one not actively trying to attack me constantly? This is really weird. And they end up bonding through this shared, we're part of both worlds. Or in Jinu's case, he was from Earth and now he's demon, whatever. But they bond through this. We're both different, and we can't really take this secret to those that we know. Sometimes you need a fresh perspective. And that's something that's incorporated into the story is Rumi was a fresh perspective for Jinu and vice versa. And through their continual conversations with each other, they begin trusting each other more, and they begin growing. Jinu begins having hope that, maybe his life can change. Maybe all of these terrible thoughts and voices running through his mind can be silenced. And for Rumi, she feels free to fully be herself, to fully showcase, this is all a part of who I am. This is all a part of my story, with someone who understands. So together, they help each other find freedom, hence the name of their duet. But something in the song Free. We can't fix it if we'll never face it. Let the past become past till it's weightless. So their goal in the song Free is to just let the past go. And hey, good news, which I forgot to mention earlier, but you guys have seen this movie, so you should know this already. Big plot point is Rumi's voice is back. She can sing amazingly again, which shout out to her singing voice actress. Holy cow, that woman is a powerhouse singer. Amazing. Anyways, but Rumi's voice is back, so everything's okay, right? Her voice is back. She feels free to be herself. She has a love interest. This is where most movies would end. But it takes it one step further because Rumi was already fine to be herself. She was looking forward to fully being herself. And now with Golden, when the Honmun turned golden, her patterns would disappear so she could fully be herself. Now with Jinu, she can fully be herself even though her patterns are present. And that's typically where most movies would end. Congratulations, you accept yourself. There's someone who loves you. Woo! End of movie. No, this is not the end. Yes, she is in a better place than she was before, but her character arc has not finished yet. And that's what I appreciate about this movie so much, is that it keeps going beyond where most stories would say, oh, everything's better now. Everything's wrapped up in a nice little bow. Let them be happy. It keeps pushing the boundaries and going, no, accepting yourself for who you are isn't enough. Being comfortable with everything of who you are with one person, that's not enough either. Let's keep going. So everything falls apart for Rumi in a brilliant way. Oh my goodness, using Takedown, which is the song that they wrote to destroy the demons, against her was... Oh, it was so brilliant. It was so smart. I loved that so much. I love when nothing feels wasted in a story. And when things like that are twisted, when something that was meant to be good is like, nope, we're going to just change this and it's going to be terrible and it's going to be great. And oh, that was such a good moment. That was such a smart move. When a weapon you created for someone else's destruction is used against you, it's brilliant, and it showcases that. And they shouldn't have written that song. Anyways, that all falls apart. Her life crumbles, and now her friends, the other demon hunters, sees that she is part demon, and that keeps getting stronger and stronger. So she runs away. And she goes to her mother figure. And this is another thing that this movie does that's different from most other movies, is she doesn't reunite with her mother figure. Typically when characters go back to their parental figure and are trying to reconcile with them, they do. The parental figure sees their perspective, they hug it out, everything's great. But in this case, Rumi is like, why won't you love me, all of me? I am this. Hiding this is not loving. Telling me I need to conceal myself, need to conceal the negative parts of myself, key point there, isn't loving. We are not pretty little packages. We are all imperfect people. We all fail. We all mess up. We all have patterns that we're ashamed of, whether they're in the light or not. They exist. And because they exist, they cause division. And that's why the final song is so powerful, because it's not about, I am who I am, love me for who I am. It's, I am who I am. These are a part of my past. This is a part of my life. I tried to fix it. I tried to hide it. I tried to change it. It's just dividing. but it's a part of me. And it's when you bring these hardships to others that there's freedom. Shame is defeated when you are in community that you trust and you share your grievances, you share your sins. People forgive you, people love you. We're human. And being allowed to be human, not intentionally doing things wrong, but saying, okay, I am not perfect. I will never be perfect. And that is okay. And that's not just okay, that's beautiful. It's beautiful to be broken. That is Rumi's story. That is her arc. And Jinu ends up seeing that and takes the opposite of, there is hope for my brokenness. And helps her in the end in a beautiful, beautiful way. And that is the story, Rumi's story, in Kpop Demon Hunters. So, on the next episode, we're going to dive deeper into the songs and into the themes of this movie. But if you like this video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. And let me know who's your favorite character in this movie. And what's your favorite song from this film? I don't know. The songs are so good. The Golden and it is slipping my mind at the moment. The very last song. My brain would have to like hum through the whole song in order to remember the title, but those two songs are amazing, and I can't hear that last song without like wanting to tear up because of how powerful the message is. What about you? Let me know in the comments below which song's your favorite. Who is your favorite character? Well, my scribes are the extraordinary. That's all the time I have for you today. I look forward to our next encounter as we continue our journey of going beyond entertainment, one step at a time. What It Sounds Like. The song's called What It Sounds Like. That one's my favorite. That one makes me cry almost every time I listen to it. Just because it's such an impactful moment in the movie. And I can hear, I like relive the scene. That's what it's called. Bye.